What is up, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench Repeat, the hobby along, paint along series where you hobby or paint along with me. Together we get stuff done, we rid our world of unpainted miniatures and models, and have a good time doing so, even if it could be a bit laborious. Just want to take our minds off it, put something on in the background to take your mind off the fact that you're doing 100 orc boys or whatever it may be, you know. A gajillion and one Napoleonic buttons. Who knows? I don't know where I'm going with what I've got today, if anywhere. I'm doing Space Crusade, and I'm working on bolters for my Blood Angels, squad. So grab your glues, brushes, paints, models, whatever you need. Whatever it is you need. Let's get to the bench and yeah, let's have a good time. Right, so here we have the bolters, and as you can see, or probably not from that distance, there's only a bare minimum of hands available on these bolters and the Blood Angels, and I've kind of constructed. I've cut off with a pair of scissors the bristles of an older brush, and I'm going to use some Astraf red because that's the latest colour I'm going to be using. On these bolters. Right, so Astraf red. There we go. That done quite simple. Next thing will be a wash of Caribou Crimson on them, and that's before I start work on the rest of the bolters. Now I've got some spares. So I've got other bolters and bits and bobs. We've got another android here, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that is cool. Start painting him up as well, I think. Another android, another space orc. Oh, that's good. I've got another backpack there. I've got another Blood Angel there, and here, and here, and here. Well, that is good news. Very good news, actually. Now, I'm just going to move this to one side. I'm going to hold up that. Right, okay. So I've got one of the, at least I think I've got one of the weapons for the commander. Let's have a look, shall we? So I've got another Blood Angel here. A couple of these. I've also got Power Fist for him. Oh, look, another backpack. That's always going to be handy. Right, I'm going to pop these bits and bobs into my little box there. So that's good. Right. Okay, so it's just a matter of working out what I want to do next. I think I'm not entirely sure what colour hair to do for him. Aren't the Dark Angel's hair sort of yellow-ish? I'm not sure. I'll kind of leave that one for the time being, I think. I think I will anyway. I think what I'll do is I'll aim to get these up to the same standard as these. So I've got a squad of 5 Blood Angels, 2 without backpacks. Namely these 2. But I need to have them... See, if I want a squad of all of bolter guns, I need to be able to do that, right? If I want to do that. At the moment, I can't do that. But I want to be able to do that. And I want to be able to put the commando with a bolter, really. Don't know, it's a difficult one, it really is. It really is. So what I'm going to do is these figures I got here. Well, this one, this Blood Angel here, I need to glue him to a base, but I also need all these figures here. I need to clean up. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then when they're all fully painted, I'll put them all in one of my plastic boxes here, and that'll be them done then. Yeah. So I'll start with this guy that needs gluing on the base, because the quicker I get him sort of up to speed, tidied up, the quicker I can glue him to the base. So, how are you guys going on? How's your projects coming along? What projects are you working on? Are any of you working on old games like I am? Nostalgia stuff. Because this is proper nostalgia, isn't it? Space Crusade. I mean, I am blessed to be able to paint Space Crusade now with all the gifts I have now, all the well, I'll say talent I have now compared to what I used to. I didn't have any talent before. Just awful. All the stuff I have access to, all the paints, brushes. I've got all the gear. I've got some idea. All the gear and some idea. Yeah. And yeah, make a good go of it, I think. I'm reading Space Hulk. It's called a novel, but it's a novella really, by is it Gav Thorpe. It's pretty good. It's all right. It's more like just a mission brief, or kind of not so much story based. There's no character arcs or anything. It's just briefing their missions, really, what they're on. But it's kind of cool. Puts you in the mood for a bit of a game. And someone's tried doing Space Crusade with Terminators, which is basically Space Hulk, you know. But I want to do more than just the Blood Angels, Ultramarines, and Imperial Fist as well. I want to do Dark Angels as well. I don't think that the White Scars would fare that well necessarily on a Space Hulk. I don't think they're the right chapter to put in that situation. Personally, that's just my own view. Let's see, could I glue this blue backpack to his... I think I could, you know, I think I could. Yeah, I got all the cardboard components to sort out as well then, you know. And I've got a couple of objective markers to finish for homebrew stuff. You know, 'cause it's only so far you can go with the missions in the book. And I've got a couple of issues of Old White Dwarf that's, I think it's got a couple of missions in it that I can use for them as well. So that's always good. Yeah, so I think I'll paint these. I'll put his backpack on. Then I'll paint him. And I'll do the guns separately anyway. I think I'll do that anyway on all of them. Just because it is easier to access especially the breastplate. So first things first, I'm going to I'm going to glue him to the base. Okay, Humbrol, good old Humbrol. Can't go wrong with it. Okay, so a little bit of Humbrol. Plastic cement. Oh yes. There we go. That's on. Now, I think the key with this sort of thing is to let things dry, whether it's glue or paints or washes or whatever. Washes are a little more difficult because they take longer to dry. Just clean off my little file there. I'll pop this cover back on my knife because I am a walking disaster zone when it comes to things like that, and I don't want to hurt myself. Basically, I do not want to hurt myself. Right, so let him dry. So put him to one side. Start with the Necron next, or the android. Sorry, call them androids back in this day, didn't they? Back in this time. Androids. But I mean, they are Necrons. It's a pity they didn't have any other poses. Although that said, I suppose could get some Necron warriors and just, you know, why not? You could do. Went for a nice breakfast today with my wife. Went to a place called the Hideaway Cafe, which is right at the end of the place called the Esplanade, where you walk along by the seafront. Don't go there very often. I haven't been there for a long time. And it was nice to have a change, actually, go somewhere. We like to go out for breakfast at the weekends, and it was like the Seaton. They have a market with market stalls every month as well. It was that today as well, and I'm glad it wasn't raining for them because there's nothing worse. We've actually done it ourselves. We've done a market stall ourselves here. You know, whilst we could do that, and maybe look at a bricks and mortar store in the future as well, if this whole online business takes off. So we can have a physical presence too. That would be good. Yeah, that would be very good. so he's ready for priming. Now we're gonna look at the next Blood Angel. Back in the old days, they used to have some really bad mould lines in really awkward places, which could be quite annoying. But looks like this one's had a bit of a tidy up, not complete, but someone's had a go at it. Someone kind of sort of knew what they were doing. Yes, I think he'll be okay for priming. What I love about these old school Space Marines is that they didn't have knee pads so much. I mean, sure the commanders did, but they just have like the whole shin guard thing. It just looks cool. Looks really cool. Yeah, if I can get these sort of up to speed, I'll be well happy. Yeah, I'll be well happy. That'll be good. Right, so there's a few mould lights here. You know, some people out there say they don't bother with mould lines when it comes to board game pieces. Just when I first heard that years ago, and I first started, I was like, oh, no, you've got to get rid of them. Then I sort of changed my mind. I thought, do you know, actually, I see where they're coming from. It is only a board game after all, and now I'm kind of like going back the other way. Yeah, let's get rid of them. So it's funny how preferences change in the hobby. I've got to think of sometime a name for this episode as well whilst filming this. I mean, these are kind of like reinforcements, so maybe Blood Angel reinforcements. Don't know though, it's not a very good. I think titles of your videos are very important. I'm not very good at that sort of thing. Call it Blood Angel reinforcements. I have had the odd very good paint along video view spike in the past, you know, now and again. You know, it has happened. Yeah, it can be done. I mean, personally, I love paint along videos. I just do. I do like the ones Richard Gray puts out his tutorials. it is a tutorial, but I kind of use them as a paint along as well. And you learn stuff as well at the same time. It's brilliant, you know. Here's where I got the whole stippling technique from for the grim dark. You can put so much more detail into a miniature doing that. I realise that this knife is broken, by the way, but the blade is not blunt yet, so I am reluctant to change it out, because the tips break quite easy anyway, so you know, it's not a surprise. Right, that's another one ready for priming. I think maybe we'll get to the stage we'll prime them all up and they'll all be primed ready for their next round, which I might be able to do tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, this commander's looking pretty good. Yeah, I just want to have he's been cleaned up quite well as well. Yeah, I just want to have some glued in weapons choices for the Marines. It was difficult because these were glued on back in the day, or pushed in I should say, and they would break quite easily. The little pegs for the weapons and that. There's another one ready for priming. This is good. Right, on the last Marine now. Then we got weapons. I want to do that backpack and stick it to the back of one of these Marines here. Oh dear, oh dear. It's annoying. I had a dream last night and I woke up, I kind of semi-remembered it, and I thought, and it involved me talking to a friend of mine. I thought, I'm going to have to say that to him the next time I speak to him, but I can't remember what it was I was talking about now. He wants a t-shirt with the Jet Set Willy Infinite Lives poke on the front, see if anyone recognises it. And I really want to get that for him, you know. So I've created one in my store, my online store. I think in the store that is linked to my channel at the moment, I've just got the mug. But I want to do him a t-shirt because he really, you know, something he really would want. Oh, he's not glued. Not glued to his base. That's naughty. Yeah, that's something he really would want, and I'd really like to sort that out for him. Be a good Christmas gift, I think, if I could do that. It's now my mum's passed away, and I don't really have many people other than my wife and daughter and sister to get gifts for, and you know, saying it's a lonely experience, but I don't know, it's just kind of nice to get gifts, I think. You know, that isn't bad. Sort of done there like that. Now I'm going to glue him to this base here. Does mean having to wait for him to dry now, but got to work on this backpack, which is quite melted from the glue, I have to say, from where it was stuck on before. We could probably just make that look like, I don't know, battle damage or something, can't we? And these backpacks are so few and far between. Can't really afford to waste any of them. Well, I don't want to anyway. So I'm going to glue. Probably going to glue this to him there. Yes, that is what I'm going to do. Just holding it on. It's going to look a bit odd at the moment. A blue backpack on a red marine, but once it's primed, you'll be okay. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay, so that's okay, that's okay. Got a red backpack here to do, and I'm going to paint the backpacks before I glue them onto these two here, where the bodies are kind of painted up already, because they need sorting out as well. I don't know, we'll go. So what's my plan when I've got Space Crusade all painted up and sorted out? Well, I plan on maybe filming a few games of it, you know, because it's easy enough to play solo, I think, from what I've seen. It's certainly, well, easier to play solo than it is Space Hulk. That said, I reckon you can play Space Hulk solo too. I reckon you can anyway. I've told you I think it is my intention to get all editions of Space Hulk 2 and the expansion, the Deathwing expansion or something like that. I want to get the expansions for Space Crusade as well, of course, and they are not cheap, so they are not cheap. But, you know, it gives you something to do, doesn't it? Saves you buying other miniatures in the meantime. I mean, yeah, you get a few miniatures in the expansion, but it does save you that. So that's going to be primed. Okay. This power fist and sword. I think I'm pretty good actually. I can't really see much in the way of detritus on it from you know, being on a sprue sort of thing. It's pretty good. Looks pretty good. So that can go in there, and then there's this backpack as well. I'll be able to go down soon because it's getting on time, I think. Be able to start watching some stuff soon. When I go downstairs, watch a couple of episodes. Oops. Dropped my knife on the floor. I hate doing that. These are really old school backpacks, these. But I'm going to say, pick my knife up, that backpack is ready for priming. What time do we have here? 33 minutes. Okay. Well, I guess I could start priming some of the stuff. I mean, I've only got 2 more weapons and that to do here for this. This is like a little bolt gun, and a power axe sort of thing. Yeah, they should have a lot more loving care taken over it from back in the day. People just tore them off the sprue and just rammed them into the holes on the model. Yeah. Right, I'll say that's ready for priming as well. This is all pretty good. Be ready to prime these. Yeah, I think that's primable now. There, so that's that done. I'm going to prime some of these models. Not the ones I've glued to the bases, obviously, but I've got 3 little holders here, and I will use these. So, 1, 2, 3. So, Android. Actually, the Android needs gluing into his. Base, so he's not so complete as I would like. There. None of these are completely affixed. That's a word. No. Glue you in properly. The commander. Right. So. Oh, rats. I've broken his backpack. But that's okay. My, I guess it just proves how careful you've got to be with these older miniatures, because, man. Alright. That shows that. Just got to send a quick text. Okay. There we are. Okay. Well, I guess I've got to put some wash on those other guys. The bolters, I mean. Carabao Crimson. It's only over the hand, so, you know. And I think I'll paint the gun casing black. Shall I paint it black? Black and grey. Yeah, I think black and grey would be good. I've got some lead belcher somewhere. I need to paint the bases as well. I'll do some lead belchering. 41 minutes. Just do a little bit of lead belcher whilst we're waiting for these other guys to dry, because I won't be doing that this session. That'll be another session. That's looking good. I'm actually a little bit warm. Put the belcher on the vents on his backpack. Yeah. Now for our commander. So just see how this pans out. Again, vents on his backpack. Yeah, you're looking alright actually, like that. Quite liking it. Sorry, a bit of a silent gap there because I was holding my breath. I was. It's true. Do you ever do that, guys? Hold your breath while you're trying to paint a crucial bit? I've never mastered it, you know. I don't know where to do the vent things, the belcher or not, so I'll leave them for now. Yeah, the light is starting to go anyway, so even with all the lights in the world, it's not good to paint in artificial light. I much prefer painting with natural lighting. Alright, the last one of this, well, squad, I suppose. So finish this up, go down, settle in for the evening. That'll be nice. Watch a bit of Marcella in 4K. That'll be good. And there we go. And that's that. So that is that. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. Yeah, 47 minutes, but that's okay. Right, cut back to me. Oh wow, so I take my glasses off. Whew. Make sure my lead belcher is fully, the lid's fully on. Oh, they're crap, those Citadel paint pot lids, aren't they? But yeah, they tend to dry out too much. But anyway, that's good. Got some more stuff done with my Space Crusade, and hope you did too. Hope your painting projects, building projects in general are coming on well. Do let me know in the comments below what you are working on. This, I think, is the Blood Angel, you know, the reserves. Yeah, or the backup. You know, Blood Angel Marines. Yeah, definitely. See you guys on another video. Do give the video a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all that other good stuff, and I'll see you then. Bye for now. Bye bye.